It's the ripple tank diffraction. Gonna show you some action. The bending of the waves is gonna drive you cray. Don't be confused, we'll be your muse and show you the way.
To begin this experiment of wave diffraction, first we must turn on the wave generator and place the barrier on top of the screen.
In order to change the wavelengths of the waves, you decrease or increase the frequency of the wave generator. And the lower the frequency, the longer the waves. And the higher the frequency, the shorter the waves.
With the frequency at 8, we've created longer wavelengths that seem to diffract more than shorter wavelengths that seem to diffract less. This is an example of short wavelengths. Here is an illustration of short versus long wavelengths.
Go. This illustration displays how wavelengths determine wave behavior. When the wavelengths are shorter and they come across a barrier, the shorter wavelengths do not diffract as much as the longer wavelengths.
At long wavelengths, through the hole, the waves seem to diffract more than at short wavelengths, which seem to diffract less. This shows short wavelengths through a hole.
So, in this part, the next part we did was we compared how the different wavelengths of how the different sides of the wavelengths affected the diffraction through the same sized hole. So when the wavelengths were shorter, the waves diffracted less, and when the wavelengths were longer, it diffracted more.
This is an example of a small hole and the amount of diffraction that occurs at a frequency of 15. In contrast, this is an example of a big hole and the diffraction that occurs because of it.
A big hole.
In this diagram, when the holes decrease, the waves diffract more. However, it's vice versa. When the hole increases, the waves diffract less.
Huygens principle is the principle that states that wavefronts are made up of tinier wavefronts.
Waves spread out when they pass through an opening. The spreading becomes more pronounced in narrower openings. This spreading is called diffraction.
Bump, 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 bump.